We about to enter the state of Texas and not through the side with the razor wire. We about to enter through the Bitcoin side. All right. And what Texas is doing could start a trend. It could start a chain reaction in cryptocurrency that drives up the Bitcoin price even before the US strategic reserve gets started. All right. This could also start a chain reaction with other states. You already know blue states aren't going to do this because it's going to be blue states have to do anything opposite of what Trump says. But red states, which is the majority of the United States now that, you know, the election basically validated that, the majority of red states could follow suit with Texas. And if they do this, this is definitely going to do good things for the Bitcoin price. And if you are a Bitcoin holder or Bitcoin investor, what I would suggest is you find other Bitcoin holders and cryptocurrency investors and petition your local government, petition your city, petition your state, petition all of them to start a Bitcoin strategic reserve. That's how you do actions to help increase the price of Bitcoin. You know what I'm saying? So now we got an article from Crypto News, and we're going to be talking about this more in detail in a live stream. And as you guys know, Tales from the Crypto live streams, actually all the live streams from here on out, they're all members only. You know what I'm saying? How a strategic Bitcoin reserve will impact Texas, its economy, and taxpayers. All right. So yeah, Texas is talking about starting a strategic Bitcoin reserve, just like the United States. Everything is bigger in Texas, and now the Lone Star State plans to have the largest strategic Bitcoin reserve in the United States. That is exactly what we need. That is exactly what we need is states in competition. Like what we really need is some wild lightning to strike. And Gavin Newsom just decided to say, you know what, I'm going to race with Greg Abbott, and we're going to have a California versus Texas race and see who can buy the most Bitcoin. That is exactly what we need. We need them to crank that out so that supply crunch can jack that Bitcoin price all the way up. You know what I'm saying? History was made on Thursday, December 12th, when legislation was introduced in the Texas House of Representatives to establish a strategic Bitcoin reserve. Texas House Bill 1598 was filed during an X Spaces event hosted by Republican Representative Giovanni Capriglione and Dennis Porter, founder of nonprofit advocacy group, the Satoshi Action Fund. How a strategic Bitcoin reserve will work in Texas. During the live event, Representative Capriglione explained that the strategic Bitcoin reserve will allow the Texas Treasury to accept donations and gifts made in Bitcoin. And now, mind you, I accept those as well. The Texas State Comptroller will be able to authorize state agencies to accept Bitcoin for state payments, Representative Capriglione said. Not only will Texans be able to donate Bitcoin to the strategic Bitcoin reserve, but we ultimately want individuals in Texas to be able to pay for taxes and fees in the form of Bitcoin. And listen, I'm going to tell y'all something. This is what a lot of these states, and this is what the United States federal government should do and probably will do. They need to create Bitcoin-backed assets because treasury bonds are outdated. Create a new asset vehicle like what Michael Saylor is doing for MicroStrategies and issue that to Americans like a new bond issuance. You heard it first here on Blacklight Revelations. Now, my people won't make me great, so my videos won't get outside 80 views. But if you hear this idea being floated around, it happened here first. All right. Representative Capriglione added that Texas Strategic Bitcoin Reserve account will hold Bitcoin for a minimum of 5 years before funds can be transferred out. Lee Bratcher, president of the Texas Blockchain Council, further told Crypto News that all Bitcoin in the Strategic Bitcoin Reserve will be donated by Texans and U.S. companies. No taxpayer funds will be spent on buying Bitcoin, Bratcher said. And now you should also be able to opt to get your tax return back in Bitcoin. You know what I'm saying? You should be able to opt to get your state tax return back in Bitcoin, right? Bratcher, who has also helped draft this piece of legislation, believes this initiative sends a strong message to technology companies and investors. Supporting Bitcoin and blockchain initiatives generates employment opportunities in states like Texas within emerging technology sectors, he said. Yeah, absolutely. This is the importance of a strategic Bitcoin reserve in Texas. And again, I can't stress enough the importance of your own personal strategic Bitcoin reserve. But you know what I'm saying? Again, it is what it is. While other states in the U.S. have been considering implementing a strategic Bitcoin reserve, the bill introduced in Texas will likely have a significant impact. This is because Texas has the 8th largest economy in the world. Texas also ranks as one of the top exporting states globally. When you are talking about a strategic Bitcoin reserve and how big of a deal this is for a state like Texas, it's huge, Porter said. Texas has a bigger economy than Russia. This also means that Texas is ahead of the game when it comes to countries like Russia, which want to eventually implement a strategic Bitcoin reserve. So it's not a matter of if, ladies and gentlemen, it's a matter of when. Representative Capriglione echoed that a strategic Bitcoin reserve bill is huge for Texas since it will help improve the state's financial position. For instance, he explained that sales tax in Texas can vary, noting that this tax moves around with inflation. Porter added that a strategic Bitcoin reserve helps provide financial support for states, emphasizing that this measure is more critical at a state level versus a federal level. A strategic Bitcoin reserve can protect states against inflation, which is important since many states in the United States are struggling, Porter remarked, which you got to ask yourself the question, why did these states not do this during the Biden administration when Biden caused all of that inflation? Another interesting aspect of the Texas Strategic Bitcoin Reserve is the possibility for Texans to pay their taxes using cryptocurrency. Representative Capriglione believes that many folks in Texas will be interested in paying taxes with Bitcoin. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. What I would be interested in is getting my state tax return back in Bitcoin and paying my taxes with worthless US dollars. That's what I'd be interested in. I'd never, ever be interested in giving up any of my Bitcoin ever for any reason whatsoever. I don't even want it gone after I'm dead. You know what I'm saying? During the Spaces event, he remarked that the strategic Bitcoin reserve will allow taxpayers to pay using cryptocurrency, which can then be converted to Bitcoin for the strategic Bitcoin reserve. I do believe there will be a mad dash for folks to pay their taxes using Bitcoin. I don't know, especially at the beginning of this, Representative Capriglione remarked. Now, there might be a mad rush for people to pay their taxes in Bitcoin if Texas offers some type of incentive for paying your taxes in Bitcoin. And let me just be honest with you. You got to give some hell of an incentive to get Bitcoin hodlers and longtime Bitcoin investors and, you know, anybody that's a corporation that holds Bitcoin. You got to give a hell of an incentive to get them to pay in Bitcoin. No one's going to be paying in Bitcoin. I'm telling you, what people are going to be wanting is people are going to want their state tax return back in Bitcoin, and they're going to want to pay their taxes in dollars. Why would you pay in an appreciating asset? Think about that. Like, people who don't understand this stuff will absolutely jump at the opportunity. But people who don't understand this stuff will absolutely jump at the opportunity. But people who understand this, they're going to be like, man, you crazy. Ain't no way in hell I'm giving up my Bitcoin. You know what I'm saying? Paying a little bit of taxes in Bitcoin will help Texas have Bitcoin in the strategic Bitcoin reserve. Bratcher added that he views this as the first step towards integrating Bitcoin into the Texas economy. Eventually, the state will accept taxes in Bitcoin and one day possibly make it legal tender in conjunction with federal action, he said. Will we? Big plans. Strategic Bitcoin reserve is likely to pass. Now, let me ask you guys this question. If the strategic Bitcoin reserve passes, what other states do you think will adopt this? And once this chain reaction of state strategic Bitcoin reserves starts, what is that going to do to the Bitcoin price? Let me know what you guys think. While the strategic Bitcoin reserve bill in Texas is promising, the legislation must be passed into law before being enacted. Yet, policymakers believe that it's likely Texas House Bill 1598 gets passed into law. Absolutely. Because Texas, you know what I'm saying, one of Trump's ally states, and all of Trump's ally states want Trump to succeed. So anything that Trump is gassing up, these states are going to fall in line and do, which, hey, you know, you can be outraged about that as much as you want to. If you're a Bitcoin holder, you tell them roll on with your bad self. You know what I'm saying? Nothing is certain, but this bill has a high chance of passing given all of the support it has received from Texas elected officials, Bratcher commented. Indeed, Texas has a number of pro-Bitcoin government officials. For example, Texas Senator Ted Cruz previously told Crypto News that he owns 3 Bitcoin mining sites in West Texas and is a huge supporter of cryptocurrency. We have talked to senators who are very excited about this bill, Representative Capleon said. I expect a senator to sponsor this soon. I do think this bill will ultimately be signed by the Texas governor. Go ahead, Abbott. You know what I'm saying? Let's get Operation Bitcoin popping off. If House Bill 1598 does pass into law, Texas will become the first state to implement a strategic Bitcoin reserve. Texas will then serve as an example for other U.S. states to do the same. All right. If you live in another state and that state has not yet filed a strategic Bitcoin reserve, you can call your state representative and senator. You can look at the bill Texas has filed. We still have a few months to work on this to get it perfect, Representative Capriglione said. So if you are a cryptocurrency investor, you know how they said, if you didn't vote, you can't talk. If you didn't vote, you can't talk. If you didn't vote, you can't talk. Well, guess what? I didn't vote, but guess what? I'm about to pick up the phone and call people. And guess what? I live in a red state. So guess what? Guess what? And if you live in a red state, I'd advise you to pick up your phone and call. But that's if you invest in Bitcoin, though. If you still use fiat money, hey, more power to you, man. Let me know what you guys think about this video. All right. What will this do to the Bitcoin price? Will this thing pass? Will this start a chain reaction? Let me know what you think in the comment section. I'm not a mind reader, so I will have absolutely no idea what you think if you don't leave a comment. And I will catch you all on the next video. All right. Peace.